Oh yes, we're back. Bigs and bogs. Say it with me. How's it going? Finally, I found a video I wanted to make that I thought was worth making, and here it is for you. I am in God's country, the Lake District, for at least 6 days, depending on everything goes weather-wise. Hopefully I don't get injured wise. I've just left Glenridding and Patterdale. I've got all this to tackle today. What are these, you might ask? These bigs and bogs, they're obviously trekking poles, but we'll get into that in a few minutes after I've shown you some pretty scenery. But yeah, that's Grisdale Tarn. I hiked through that up to Grisdale. No, it's not. That's Grisdale Beck. Grisdale Tarn is at the end of it. Go over that, and then we hit Grasmere, and I'm going to walk to Chapelstead. I'm doing a coastal trail for this one, starting from East Corner at Lakes. Look like Jesus with that sun keep up behind my head. Four close to the wall. No, that don't make any difference either. Yeah, I've started it. Glenridding and Patterdale. I'm going to walk all the way to the coast to Ravenglass, about 30 odd mile. I'm going to try and get the most of it done today and tomorrow, hence why I'm up so early. It's about 8:10 on a glorious spring day. And then when I get to my destination, go back to Keswick for a few days before I go home. So I'm here for at least 6 days. Long distance hiking, camping of course. Might try and get a hotel staying somewhere if I can, but my route's plotted anyway. I'm waffling. My route is plotted, and hope everybody's doing all right today. I need to mind myself. There is a car coming. They'll be wondering, why is that guy in a fedora filming himself? Campfire Stories Lancashire, get at me. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this latest video here on Campfire Stories Lancashire, and if you want to see what happens, please stick around. This trail I'm on is actually the coast to coast trail, Robin Hood's Bay, on Yorkshire coast, all the way to our coastline, you know. And the last time I was on this, believe it or not, was the day after I filmed my last video. The snow ascent of Helvellyn, and this actually, all this along here, that's part of Helvellyn. The thing's that big, you can't see it you can't see the summit from the bottom. You have to hike all the way up to actually see the top halfway up. So, but yeah, so I've done this walk before. Like I said in the intro, just briefly. Today's plan is to get to Chapelstead, where I've camped before. That's on the Cumbria Way. The Cumbria Way. This sun glare is going to get on my nerves. Look at that. Lovely. So yeah, so hike up to Grisdale Tarn, which is about another 2 miles of rugged pathway. This is one of those no signal zones in lakes, so I've literally seen one person since I set off this morning. Unless like you're into like your long distance hiking, researching coast to coast, I don't imagine most tourists even know about this trail. So it's very tidy. Usually when there are a lot of people about, it's messy with rubbish. So yeah, up to the Tarn. If my geography is correct, Dad and Millie, it usually is in these parts. Up over yonder should be Grasmere. Down to Grasmere, hopefully for lunchtime, if not earlier. And then hike over to Rydal Lake, up and over that to Skelworth Force, and then Little Langdale and Chapel Stile. So I'd say about 12 miles, maybe 13 at most. And yeah, we're off to a good start. Yesterday were very warm, very warm day. Here come more hikers. And today it's cooled down a lot. It's nice and sunny, but as you can see I've got my army jacket on. This is ideal hiking weather, nice and calm, so you can see where you're going. There is a breeze to keep you cool. So yeah. So I said before about these, why am I all of a sudden using trekking poles like some soft glamper? You are a glamper, Oliver, and you know it, says the onlooker. Well, this adventure this week, it's a bit of a test drive really, just to see where I'm at long distance hiking wise. I mean, it is an adventure, you know, hiking miles over, you know, cairns and fells, and that's Place Fell. That one, but not that. Yeah, this is an adventure, a good test drive, because the big adventure this year, Bigs and Bogs, next month I'm in Scotland again, Scotland, for 2 weeks, and I'm going to do the Skye Trail on the Isle of Skye. Obviously I'll make a video for that, that's got to be done. And obviously Skye, you know, it is remote. I mean, Scotland in general is, as we know from last year's video, the lakes, you know, this little valley I'm in right now, Grisdale Beck, is lovely, picturesque, scenic, everything you could want. But the reality is, I'm about 3.5 miles from next coffee shop, you know, aka Grasmere. I'm only 1.5 miles now from the Tarn. So, do you know what I mean? I'm going to be there no later than 11:30. The Skye Trail, obviously I've been doing my research. The first 2 days, when you start the trail, you're on your own. Till you get to Portree, which is halfway through the island. And really the only sort of major point of civilization. I mean, the island itself is about the size of Cumbria. It's 79 miles from south to north. So I'm going to try and do it all. If I don't, I don't. But the point I'm making is, you know, it's going to be proper rugged remote hiking, that, compared to this, which is remote-ish, you know, and I'm not far from the next town, and then I won't be far from the next town after that, you know. So I'm just kind of, with that in mind, all this, as you can tell, it's clearly working. I want these poles to, trekking poles, to help buffer me a bit when I am stomping over rugged terrain, as you can hear from my poor smoker's lungs. It's definitely working. I mean, I feel like it's working, you know. This is, I mean, really enjoying this hike so far. Hey! So yeah, that's why I'm on with these now. For the longest time, my mum, aka Rockin' Rev, aka the Holy Avenger, shout out mum, has always took the mick out of me for these, because these are what I used to put my tent up, the Land Shannon. I love the Land Shannon so much. It's such a clever and practical design that these two poles here put it up in minutes, you know. And she always, my mum's always like, oh, have you got your hiking poles ready, Oliver? No mum, they're tent poles. So yeah, this one's for you, mum. Tell you what, Biggs and Bogs, there's something to be said for these. I have to unashamedly admit, as someone who was very averse to using trekking poles for years and years, I fair glided through the beck then. Like I tend to find these days, probably because I'm a bit heavier than I was a year or two ago, I have to stop more when I'm on like a long distance mission. And I've got all my gear on today, and these actually really helped. I suppose it's the motion of that. It's like when you're cycling almost, you're keeping your lungs pedalling properly as opposed to stop, start, stop, start. But yeah, Grisdale, Beck and Torn in the rear view mirror. I'm just meandering through this glorious scenery, and just over yonder, but it's going to come into view in a minute over this rise, is Grasmere. From the top back there you could see the perfectly mowed lawns before you arrive in that village, so it's not far. It's about 20 past 11, so I'm slightly just behind on schedule. I wanted to be in Grasmere for 11:30, but I did originally say 12 o'clock to my dad earlier this morning when I first woke up, so we're making good time. Weather's warmed up, you know, so I'm sweating like gallons under here, but it don't matter, does it? It's all part of the game. On way up, someone let someone pass me and they said, oh, you must be a big strong boy with all that kit on your back coming up here. And I was like, wands to the sky and acknowledge your tribal chief. They know the king of Cumbria is here. Look at this, mate. Ah, blessed. Anyway, I'm going to carry on now. I'll see you down at the bottom. that's the bulk of the walk pretty much done now. Pop up over there, just behind me where I stopped for a quick pit stop for some lunch. Grasmere's over there. Didn't bother going into Grasmere. Steady point in a storm and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna basically behind that ridge line. That's the next stop. Chapel Style. Probably take me an hour and a half now to get there, so not much longer, and then we'll be there. Not far now, Bigs and Bogs. Looks like someone maybe car camping in there. Who knows? You see, jeez, man yourself on here, off. That one there. That is the Pike of Stickle. Been up there myself. Yeah, about a mile to go. One thing I noticed back in Grasmere and around Bridle Lake, the energy and mood is a bit different with how people perceive you. I always said it when I'm wandering around with this on and that on. It's evident what I'm doing. I'm hiking, I'm camping. But around Grasmere, you couldn't even get a smile off people. There was one woman who like overtook me, which is fair enough. I overtake people all the time. Got places to be. But then, like, I just saw her 6'5" of a boyfriend trailing behind me, like half a foot behind me, and I'm like, just walk around me. Like, they're afraid to talk. It annoys me. And like I say, like around Rydal, the people who were like 10 years younger than me, in lycra, hot pants, you know, and Jack and Jones, designer clobber, up on fells and mountains, I was treated like the tribal chief that I am. And there was camaraderie and, you know, just my kind of people. I don't know. Oh, that's behind me. Look at the nice views instead. I've encountered that before here, where I get kind of like side looks and, you know, glares or whatever. Look them. According to my steptometer, I've done just by the time I'm finished, because I've just literally got under a mile to Chapel Style. I'll have done 15 miles today, which I'm chuffed with, obviously, because that's pretty much half of it done already. I'm like, hang on a minute, am I going to do this coastal path in 2 days? So yeah, 15 mile, I'm happy with that, because, you know, it's given me an idea of where I'm up to with long distance hiking. I've obviously still got it, but yeah, the last mile's done me in a bit, so I reckon by the time I get to the campsite, I'm just going to low power, chill out, block my way for tomorrow. I probably won't do any more filming for the rest of today, because the trotter's beaten. This is Chapel Style area. Love it round here. But yeah, like I say, I think that's it for today. No more filming. Day one, lovely weather, great success. 15 miles. Yes, boys. And I'll see you all tomorrow for day 2. Morning, everyone. Morning, biggies and boggies. The Langdales. Lovely section of the lakes is this. Bays Brown's campsite in rearview mirror on to day 2 of hiking. Bays Brown's is a lovely campsite, but the only thing that is a pain about it is you've to the house at the top of the road where you check in. It's like a quarter of a mile, you know, from Chapel Star Village, and then you come off onto dirt track like this here, and then you've got to trek all the way to the top of the house, and you have to sign in before you pitch your tent. Like yesterday, like by the time I got there, I was beaten, I was done in. I was just like some crippled Terminator. Status check. Good to go. Me middle of my back and my shoulders are a bit sore, but it's probably because I've got over 30 kilograms on my back. Might be something to do with that all. So yeah, I do not know what happened then. Biggies and boggies. Sorry, I lost you then. Plan today. Hello. Heading that way. I nearly chickened out this morning around my breakfast because I want to go up to Bleed Tarn, which is this way. And at the minute I'm in familiar territory. I'm on the Cumbria Way, so I know this path, and the road over yonder, over there, that's the road that takes you to Bleed Tarn. So I'm just gently shadowing it, and the road that goes directly there, I've seen it before when I was up Cumbria Way a few years ago, but obviously I turned right to go into Mickledon Valley. So I've got my bearings, and with power of trusty Google as well, we should be alright. And then I'm going to try and get near as Testdale as I can. So we're looking at the beautiful ceramic in the toilet back at the site, and it looks about the same distance as yesterday, but the only difference is yesterday I were climbing over mountain and shale and fells, weren't I? Today's going to be a lot of road walking, hopefully flat. So I might try, when I get near Ardnott Pass, I might try and hitchhike, because I've hitchhiked before here. So we'll see how we get on. But obviously, as you can see, the weather's on my side. I've had to layer up again out of necessity, because when that breeze hits you, it's quite cool. So, which ain't a bad thing. Keeps you cool. Yeah, cool. While you're out here hiking and stomping. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Checking me in a bit. Right, so we're on it now, biggies and boggies. Shrugged off the cobwebs. Not really. We're on the road to Bleed Tarn. Langdale's back over that way, so we've left there at rearview mirror. Here is Mickledon, and there's a dark little trail there if you can see it. That's the Snake Pass on the Cumbria Way. A few years ago that was brutal. That's Pike of Blisco, and then way over that way is Scareful. But yeah, as I suspected, It's going to be one of these today, a road walking day, which is okay. Don't forget to top here. Lee Town should be in view, and then after that I can cut off the road for a bit before I hit the Hard Knot Pass. But we're in another dead zone again, so I'm going to have to rely on this now because I haven't got a map for me. But just glancing at maps before on Google, it's a pretty straightforward route if you're a confident hiker and a navigator, as I am. But yeah, I got my boys with me out for the hike today. Find myself on this cattle grid. One in. But yeah, it's like having two pet dogs with me. They're like, walk me, walk me. So I've called them Jonesy and Wainwright. Obviously Jonesy is for Indiana Jones, who I based myself off of, and Wainwright after Alfred Wainwright, one of my heroes. So they will get walked today, as will I. See you at the top. That's Tarnhouse. No, Tarnhouse is near Coniston, Oliver. Bleetown. Got here finally. That was a slog getting up that snake pass then. But again, thanks to Jonesy and Wainwright, I feel like, well, he stopped twice, which, you know, compared to the snake pass on Cumbria Way, that was like every corner I was stopping. And they drank all my water every time I got to the top. But luckily, where Lee Town is, there is a car park, I can see it. Ergo, I hope there's some toilets, and I can stock up on my water and have a bit of a sit down for a bit before I move on to next bit. Because I reckon down in that valley there, it's crossed anyway, that's the start of Hollister Pass where I need to get to. So yeah, so far so good. About 11:30, so we're making good time. See you in a bit. Nose Pass. Got to the top of almost, only a little bit of ways to go. Right down at the bottom, as soon as I saw where I had to go, I thought, oh, I'm hitchhiking. Nah, come on, all. You made it to the top, mate. Not much further to go. I'll have another sit down in a minute. Look at it. Lips are so dry. Yeah, I'm hoping when I get to the top of this, the coastline should be in sight, surely. But we'll see. See you in a bit. Wire Nose Pass in the rear view. I would like to think it's straight sailing now for the next 6 miles or so, but I don't think it is, because, you know, Hard Knot Pass. Still got to get to that yet, but we'll see. I'm going to jump on the hype train right now. This thing going around on social media, could 100 men defeat one silverback gorilla? Obviously, with me being into me animals, I've got to weigh in my opinion here. TBH, Bigs and Bogs. I don't even think 100 men could beat a gorilla with crickets and knuckle dusters. Cricket bats and knuckle dusters. And I'll tell you why. You cannot get 100 men into the House of Commons, supposedly intellectual, intelligent men, and get them all to agree on one person to rule the country. So how on earth could, let's just say they're average Joe Blogs like me, with beer bellies and who smoke and, you know, just regular geezers. If you're pulling them off the street, say, yeah mate, come fight this gorilla. If you'll win, you'll get a share of 10 million. Alright, yeah, I'll do it, kind of thing. Just let this car pass. They're not all gonna, you know, they'd have to strategize and be tactful in order to defeat said opponent. I think the first 10 get annihilated by the gorilla. I mean, annihilated. He picks up one and just, by his feet, and just uses it to kadoosh at least 10 of them. The other 90 are all gonna, like Squid Game, try and run to the exit door to escape the onslaught. Gorilla's obviously, you know, enraged at this point. And yeah, a gorilla can literally pull a man, a human being, full-grown human being, in half. Like a chimp. They say chimpanzees are 6 times stronger than the average man. But a gorilla can pull you in half. Like, so, I just think it's academic, really. So, that's my opinion. I say gorilla, high difference for the victory. These are just the musings and ramblings of a madman who's been tarmac walking all day. Dry lips. Shoulders hurting. Tiny bit tipsy from that little brew dog head at the top of the pass. Anyway, let's carry on. Alright. That's the I'd not pass. One more. 3 passes in a day. I can do it. When the sign down at the bottom said boot and railway, so I am getting nearer to where I want to end up, and it's 20 past 2, so I've still got quite a few hours yet. At Wyanose pastures. Oh, that were hard. That were brutal. This doesn't look as big, but it's got windy roads. And I've stuck my thumb out that road for a lift at top, but probably camo, no one can see me in it. Ah well. Shut up, Paul. You always wanted to see I'm not passing while you're here. Let's get to the top. Yes! Oh mate, we've done it. Well, nearly. The sea. Can you tell how happy I am? Oh yeah, I've still got a couple of miles through the green clover to go. But, oh, I feel a bit overwhelmed. What a challenge. I'd say the off there because I'm getting a bit mush. So after that brief little interlude, that was very nah, I had a little tear in my eye when I saw the ocean, and it's okay, Bigfoots and boggarts, for people to express their feelings in a healthy way. That's Hard Knot Pass there. I'm going to head down into the valley where all that green clover is. There's a campsite that I'm going to try and get in near Eskdale, and I think there is a pub in Boot. If I'm passing through there, then I'm gagging for a pint, so plenty of time. Yeah, it's only, what time is it? 3:30. When I'm coming up with the Hard Knot Pass, I was like, you know, and this couple drove past me, and I think they were probably tourists. They were Chinese and they had an American accent, and the guy was like, "You're awesome, man." And I was like, even the common traveller who visits my glorious kingdom acknowledge their tribal chief. That's Scarefell Pike. Not far to go now. You know. Right, Bigs and Bogs. Done another 25k today. It's going to be, I'm probably going to finish more at like 28. So I've still got another mile or two to get to the campsite, but going into trusty old Google, there is a cafe / bar just up ahead. I've just drank last of my water, so I'm definitely gonna, in fact I can see the chimney top of it. Yes, get in my belly pint. I mean, I'm gonna stock up my water. Yeah, I'm at that point now where I'm done in. I'll make it, obviously. I have to. Any port in a storm and all that clobber, but what a contrast in 2 days, obviously. Yesterday was just like classic Heartland Lakes, you know, Grisdale, Grasmere, Little Langdale, all that. Today has been just proper. I always talk about there being nowhere remote in the lakes, like remote-ish spots. They were, what have I done today? Bleathorn, Winacre, no, that's the wrong name. I've done 3 passes today. I will call it Winacre. It's probably not the right name for it, but yeah. And then the Hard Knot Pass, which was brutal. So yeah, all while walking on tarmac. So yeah, I'm quite done in. I can see the pub. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for today. As you saw before, we've really not far to go tomorrow. Just through Eskdale, Muncaster, and then we're at the coast, so woohoo! To think, like, I didn't really have, I'm more excited to do this for the challenge of it, you know, and it's been training for skies this, but I've not done a proper long distance hike like this with all my kit on in over a year, so there is always that fray of doubt in your mind if you'll manage it. And well, not only managed it, I'm bigging myself up here. Bigs and bogs. I beasted it. Like over 25k on both days. Like how I weren't expecting to do that. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow because there's not really a great deal more I'm going to show you. So yeah, see you morning. Woolpack in, shout out. Last time I left you, I was done in, as I said. Just no more gas left in the tank. Could just see the pub over the horizon. Got in there, pint, skadoosh, gone. Anyway, I got chatting with the lad at the bar, telling him what I was doing. And I said, oh mate, I'm tired, you know, this and that. They went, you know, we've got rooms. Hint, hint. So I was like, ah. He said, you want me to get manager? I was like, yeah, go on. So he squeezed me in, hot shower, big bed, breakfast. I'm all fried up now. 79 quid. Thank you, Woolpacking. So we're on the final stretch now, Bigs and Bogs. Going into trusty Google. 7 miles to coast, which is now really compared to everything I've done over the last 2 days. We're just coming up to village Boot. So yeah, onwards we go. Just coming into Boot now, which is tied in with Dalegarth Railway, which is known around these parts. I can't remember if I mentioned it before. We bought Dad a train ride experience and Tea for Two, which me and him did at the start of April, and this is like sort of where we were, these sort of parts. Yeah, it was a Christmas present, and like there isn't, you know, my dad, bless him, shout out Dad. When we were around here, he didn't really know his head from his ass because there is nothing here. There's the odd pub. I'm going to go through Eskdale village in hopes that the convenience store is open, but it's I realised this morning when I was getting ready, it's May Day today. It's bank holiday May, 5th of May. If it's open, it's open. If it's not, it's not. It don't matter. But other than that, you know, we stopped at a place called Ravenglass, which is where I'm finishing this hike. These cars get past. And that it's proper. I mean, you'll see soon when I get there. It's proper apocalyptic, end of the world seaside village. There is none out there. There's a pub, a hotel, a few houses, and an old post office slash convenience store that's been there decades. I never went in, but my dad did. And he said there was a full, the shop was a bit dilapidated, but there was literally a full wall of toilet roll. So, but it's proper, this is, you know, it's hiking country, is this. All these places I've walked through over the last 2 days, they are remote, compared to, like, you know, your Heartland Lake places. Anyway, I've goofed a little bit on this trip because yesterday when I was at the Woolpack Inn, just let this van pass, I was unpacking my bag. Oh, for God's sake. I'll be back in a minute, Bigs and Bogs. As I was saying, I have goofed a little bit because when I got to the Woolpack Inn last night, and I was just unpacking my bag a little bit, I realised I didn't bring enough t-shirts for me for this one. So it is going to be a case of tomorrow, obviously, tomorrow afternoon I'll be in Keswick, and I will have to buy some fresh clothes, because apologies anybody who watches this who met me on this walk, unlikely as it is, because there's nobody here. I am a bit fresh. A bit fresh and a bit pungent, and I just used last of my deodorant this morning as well, so weren't I glad for a shower last night. So it's going to be a case of, till tomorrow afternoon, rotating t-shirts that don't smell as bad. But it is what it is. Long distance hiking, it's part of the game. It is a sweaty game, you know, when you trudge it up mountains and hard knot passes, and you know. Anyway, catching me in a bit. This is Dale Guy Railway. Very keen. There's a scare fell over there. Just the tippy top of that roof there, that's St. Catherine's Church. Had a little mooch around there last time I were here. The road goes on. We're on the never-ending road to nowhere. It's a bit of a mad one now, because the terrain around here, it's one of them where, I mean, there's still the edges of the Wainwrights there, but back over that way, it just looks like you could be anywhere really within Europe, you know, countryside wise. Just these sprawling hedgerows and green meadows and agriculture as far as the eye can see. It's a bit like the first day of the Cumbria Way, which was, you know, very similar kind of terrain, and you didn't feel like you're in the Lake District at all. But I quite like that sometimes, because you savour it more, you know, like when I think where I've been the last 2 days, Grisdale, Bleetoyne, Langdale, you know, Hard Knot Pass, all these various different places that are just classic Lake District locations, and now I'm here. It just keeps things relative. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I've not spoken to anybody properly for a good 2.5, 3 hours, I reckon, except this camera. So it's good to have a bit of mindfulness time like that, I think. But yeah, not far to go. This road leads to Holmbrook, where there's a spy garage. I'm going to stock up on me That looks a bit wrong, didn't it? Pipe down, Jonesy, Wainwright. I'm going to stock up on my supplies there, get to Ravenglass. I'll be there mid-afternoon, I would have thought. It's going to be an interesting one to tally up, is this, mile-wise, because up till this morning I'd already done 30 miles. And then when I got to Eskdale Green, there was a sign that said Ravenglass, 7 miles. I thought, oh, it's already a bit further than what I thought. Anyway, we'll see when we get to the finish line, won't we? Catch me in a bit. We've done it, Biggs and Bogs. Oh man, what an adventure. That last 3/4 of a mile, it was all road walking, and I had both of my trekking poles in one hand and a carrier bag in the other with my goodies in, and there were no like obvious dips of grass that I could just sort of hang into when cars passed, and it was so busy. So I thought, sod it, I'll just get on railway for the last bit. But we're here. This is Ravenglass, by the way. Quiet, isn't it? This is just Amity Island AF. Yeah, I touched on it briefly before. Me and my dad stopped here at the start of April. Our campsite just up road, and then that hotel there is where Dad stayed. Processing. It's mad, all the majestic, mountainous, hard grafting, trekking and hiking I've done over the last 2 days, and then this is where the lakes finishes. Like, this is the lake. It's a Lake District peninsula, and on my big beautiful ceramic I've got at home, laminate of the lakes. Ravenglass just fits in the border of the Lake District, so this is technically still the Lake District. Crazy. So yeah, we've clocked just under 42 miles. I've looked at Steptometry. It's 42 miles in 2.5 days. I don't think it's bad going at all, considering that, you know, you stop and talk to people, you stop to drink water, stop to eat. To say this was like my training course for Sky, I'm very, very pleased with how it's gone. So yeah, it's time. Hard to sign off from such a. I'm just going to leave it here because I'm going to Keswick tomorrow for 2 nights, but I don't really feel like filming anymore after today. The purpose of this video was, you know, east to west, and we've done it. So yeah, next time I'll see you will be sometime in June. Obviously Sky Trail's coming up, so obviously I'll be bringing you along for that one. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, leave us a like if you want, or a comment if you want. If you've not already subscribed, please think about doing so for the bants and lols. I try to bring it to the, you know, to the party, but you don't have to, obviously. It's just one of them, and I'll see you all further on down the road. Bye bye.